Hello everyone and happy Transfer Tuesday. In case you are new here and you don't know what Transfer Tuesday is, and I apologize for those who know what Transfer Tuesday is, but this is the day of the week where we move our money in the right direction. It can be any amount that you can spare for the week and you want to put it toward your debt, toward your savings, toward your investments, any of your financial goals, and we call that Transfer Tuesdays. This was created by Mary. Her channel is Pennies Not Perfection, and it's something I picked up a couple of years ago and I haven't stopped since. So every single Tuesday for over 2 years now. I'm pretty sure I started Transfer Tuesdays in October 2020. So for 2 years now, every single Tuesday, at least every single Tuesday, I have made a transfer. It has helped me to pay down more debt, to save more money for my debt, because that's what I'm currently doing, and to just stay on top of my financial goals in general. It's really motivating because it's something that you do every single week. It forms a habit, and it definitely helps with your financial mindset because you're making progress more consistently than if you were to make a transfer once or twice a month like I was doing before. Today's Transfer Tuesday, I do have investments to share as well as savings. I'm going to start with my investments. First thing is that I did get paid on October 14th on Friday because the 15th fell on a Saturday. And because of that, I contributed $150 to my 401k. That's 6% of my income, and then my employer matches that. So $300 total was contributed to my 401k. I do have a traditional 401k. And then this gets a little bit confusing and weird, and I literally just got off the phone with Vanguard before filming this about my Roth IRA. So I also contributed to my Roth IRA. Y'all know that this year I've been doing $300 per month to my Roth IRA, and I am going to max it out this year, but I'm just waiting until either the student loan debt cancellation goes through. And if the cancellation doesn't happen, I won't have that extra cash that I've been talking about. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, I'll get to it in a minute. But I will push it out until April because we have until April 2023 to contribute to our Roth IRA, but I am going to max it out. Like, it's happening. I do $300 per month. Earlier this month, I already contributed $100. So on Friday, I went ahead and did my additional $200 for the month. Now, yesterday, I was looking at my bank account where this money came out of, and I noticed that $200 was taken out twice, and it had like the same exact description, same exact ID. And it even said, like, it was in my Chase checking account, and it was like, it looks like you have a duplicate transaction, blah, blah, blah. So then I went to Vanguard, and at first I didn't see anything, but when I looked today, I noticed that $200 was contributed to my Roth IRA and actually invested, and then the other $200 was contributed and just chilling in my settlement fund. And I was a little bit frustrated because I went back and I checked, I take a screenshot every time I contribute, and it says $200. I checked the email confirmation that I received from Vanguard. It says $200. I did not click the button twice. I feel like I would notice, I don't know. I do this all the time, and I did not hit the button twice. And even if I did, that shouldn't happen. Like, you guys only sent me a confirmation for the $200. But anyways, it's fine. It could be a lot worse. It's not like I paid for something, like I purchased an item and was charged twice or anything and I need a refund. This money is in my Roth IRA, so that's good news. I just didn't expect to do that. So my intention was to do $200, and then, that would be my $300 total for the month. But I called Vanguard and they were saying that since it's in my settlement fund, if I were to pull that money back out and put it back to my checking account, I would not be able to contribute that $200 to my Roth IRA because it looks like I already did it for the year. So I was like, oh no, that's fine. I'll just, let me just invest it. So I invested it today, like literally 10 minutes ago. And so I ended up doing $400 total to my Roth IRA. $400 total for this week. So since the last time we talked, I've done $400, and so far this month I have done $500. So it's not a huge deal, but I was just a little bit frustrated with that because that's not my plan. And the other thing is, when I was looking at everything on Vanguard, it kept saying that I had only contributed $2,900 total to my Roth IRA, and I was like, this can't be right. Like, I've done $300 every month for 10 months now. And so I asked them, like, is this right, blah, 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 and they were telling me to just, like, look at my transactions and add them up. The customer service wasn't very friendly, actually. Like, they were fake friendly, At least that's what I got from it. And I love Vanguard, but their user experience is not the best. Their website's pretty confusing. Granted, they are improving it and things have gotten a little bit easier, but she was like telling me what to do on the phone, and it was not like whatever she was telling me to do was not what I was seeing. So then, I like explained that. I was saying I'm not seeing that, whatever, and she did walk me through it, but with a little bit of an attitude thrown in there, I wasn't being mean. So that's that. Anywho, so after the call, I was adding up on my transactions, and then I noticed that I didn't contribute to my Roth IRA in February, and I was like, this cannot be right. So I went to my Transfer Tuesday from the 1st of February that is on YouTube, and I was like, I know, like, I put this on my spreadsheet. If it's on my spreadsheet, that means it happened, So I went back to that video and I realized that my $300 that I contributed in February was actually money that I put to my 2021 Roth IRA. And now, looking back, I'm so glad I did that. Obviously, I didn't remember I did that. Thank goodness I make these videos because I can keep track of that, and I was easily able to figure it out. But that makes me even more excited because I put more money in for 2021 than I expected to. And then also I still have over $3,000 that I can put to my Roth IRA for 2022, and I'm more than capable of doing that. So I am thanking my past self for thinking that way, and I'm happy I did that. And I'm happy I figured that out because I was like, this is saying I did 2,900. I am pretty positive it's been 3,000, and I was able to get down to the bottom of it, is the long story made short. So the TLDR here in regards to my Roth IRA is that I contributed $400 to my Roth IRA this week, $500 total in October, and I have done 2,900 so far this year, which is great. All right, let's move on to my student loans because I have $36,000 of student loan debt. However, I have not been actively paying down my student loans because they've been in forbearance and at 0% interest for almost 3 years now. Instead of paying them down, I have been saving for them in different high yield savings accounts. And as of right now, I've been saving in my Marcus by Goldman Sachs high yield savings account. It's always linked down below. Back in August, it was announced that there will be student loan debt cancellation. This is not 100% set in stone, so I'm not relying on that. I am not going to make any rash decisions. I decided that I'm just going to continue saving my money so that I can build the lump sum of cash that I have even more so. And then the longer I save it, the more interest that I gain on that because it's in my high yield savings account. But technically with this cancellation, I would be debt free because I have $36,000 total of student loan debt. I would get $20K canceled because that's what I'm eligible for. I have over $16,000 to get rid of the rest, and then I would have cash left over. So that's what has been happening for a few weeks now. I realize it's confusing, or not confusing, it's just like, if you come to my channel for the first time and I don't explain those things, then people are confused. So I apologize if you hear this every single week, but it's how it is. Once this student loan cancellation is all over with, or when I actually am debt free, things will be a lot cleaner and much more simple, easier to understand. But for now, we're just dealing with this. A couple of updates with this savings account. So my interest rate went up again. Anybody who has Marcus, or probably all of the savings accounts are going up right now, but it went up to 2.35%. However, my interest rate is 2.85% because I have a referral bonus on there, which is amazing. So I'm almost gaining 3% in this account. I'm hoping it will get up to that soon. The other update I want to give is in regards to the student loan debt cancellation. So I did have somebody email me. Her name is Haley. Whenever I get, it's so interesting, not that this is like a major significant thing, but Haley was my dog's name, the one who died last year. She died in October 23rd, 2021. So it's always weird to me when the name Haley pops up, especially when it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. Anywho, this was from Haley, and she said that she received an email that says, I'll put it up on the screen. It says, you don't need to take any action if you're interested in receiving student loan debt relief. And this was interesting because I did not receive this. Maybe it will come, but I don't think the education department has my income information. I think the people whose information is with the Department of Education are people who adjusted their income-driven repayment plan or part of the PSLF program. So she sent me this, in case I didn't receive this, which I did not, and that's very helpful so I can show y'all. But it says, we will work with your servicer to process any relief for which you're eligible after November 14th, unless you opt out. So it looks like the cancellations won't actually start until November 14th if they have your information, assuming the cancellations go through. And then it also explains how you can opt out in the email. So I thought this was really awesome. I'm so grateful that Haley sent me this because I didn't get this to my email. So again, shout out to Haley for sending this. Let me know if you guys received this, but I did not. So it looks like, I already applied. So that's the other update too, is there was a beta application that was sent out. I posted that in the community post here on YouTube, but I know not everybody sees that. I apologize. But there was a beta application that was released. It seems like they are activating it, deactivating it, on and off. So it was released late Friday night. I applied as soon as I saw it and I was able to apply, and then it looks like they closed it. They opened it again in the morning. A few more people got in. So they were like testing. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just testing the capacity of the application, it seems. It does not mean that our application has been processed yet, but we don't have to fill out an application again. So that's great news. If you did fill it out, I'll put that link down below if you didn't see it. But yeah, that has been released. It is not the official one yet though, but you won't have to fill out another application once they do the actual release. Okay, with that out the way, let's move on to my transfers. As of last Transfer Tuesday, I reached $22,300 total saved for my student loan debt. And since then, I have made one transfer. So on October 15th, in the evening of October 15th, I received a Venmo notification that Sina sent me $100, and he said, "To a happier November." Thank you, Sina. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. He has supported me multiple times throughout the past few months, and it has helped tremendously. So I did go ahead and transfer that $100, and that is the only transfer I have made. So I need to go ahead and make a transfer now. Today, I'm going to transfer another $100 to my student loan savings, and that's all I'm gonna do. The reason I'm staying low despite being paid, because I could do more, but technically not, because I did book some travel. That travel is actually for this year. It's in December. I'm going on a trip in December. Travel for me is something that is well worth the money, and I am willing to spend money on experiences, even if I'm still in debt or I'm not hitting, I'm not at all of my financial goals yet. But, life is short, and travel is one of my favorite things. And I am a firm believer that you should do things while paying off debt. You should do things now, obviously within your means. Like, you don't need to go crazy, but a lot of people end up saving travel for when they're retired, and whether that's 40, 50, or past 60, 65, the regular retirement age, traveling at that age, I would imagine, is not as fun as it is now. I don't know, just from what I've heard, it is not as enjoyable of an experience to sit on an airplane for a long time when you are older. Or I'm very active now, and I hope to stay active for the rest of my life, but we can go on miles and miles long hikes or go surfing. I want to enjoy that now, and I'm very grateful to be able to book trips right now. So for me, I prefer to not prioritize it, but it's something that is worth me spending my money on. So all of that to say that I booked a trip and I can't put as much toward my student loan debt because of that. For this month anyway, but it doesn't take away from my goals. And I'm not saying this to justify that, because I genuinely don't really care if people think it's wrong for me to do that. I'm saying that so that if there's anybody who's questioning if they should go and travel or something while they're paying off debt, I think you should. If it's reasonable and within your means, and you're not gonna go into further debt or anything of that sort, then absolutely take advantage of that opportunity, is my thought. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, I will put that confirmation page up on the screen. We're doing $100. Unfortunately, it's past 6 o'clock right now, so it does not show that. It doesn't show that balance. Okay, let me get to the numbers. So over the last week, I have transferred $200 to my student loan savings. I now have $22,500 saved for my student loan debt. That's what I was saying, like that number, because it's past 6 p.m., it is not showing $22,500 in my balance because it's going to transfer later. But yeah, $22,500. If we were to subtract that from my $36,000 of total student loan debt, I would be left with $13,500 of actual debt left. However, if this cancellation were actually to happen, I would be left with $6,500 of cash once the $20K got canceled and I used my lump sum. And with that $6,500 of extra cash, I would max out my 2022 Roth IRA, book some travel, book more travel because I plan on traveling next year, put a decent chunk to my emergency fund, and then maybe whatever is left, I will put that toward my 2023 Roth IRA when it comes time. This is probably the longest Transfer Tuesday I've put up in some time, so gonna wrap it up here. Please comment down below whatever you did to move your money in the right direction for today's Transfer Tuesday. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.